Don't believe a word I say. When I was young, I used to believe everything somebody told me because I was gullible. I look at them and I take their word as if it was the truth. As I grew older, I discovered that each person has a perspective and it's not necessarily the truth. And I am capable of making a decision of whether this thing is good or not. And if I do this, you would think of the cat in all the Chinese restaurants. I got told that that cat comes from China. That cat comes from Japan.
Correct.
There was a man. That man was in the middle of a storm and he went to a tree to sit in the shade of it and protect himself from the storm. And a little cat came by and the little cat kept nudging him to follow it to the temple that was about 100 meters away. The man followed the cat to the temple, and not long after, the tree got struck by lightning. So the cat saved the man. And to continue with the cat story, there was a train station still in Japan that didn't have a lot of people coming to use the train. And this man had a little kiosk. That kiosk, he didn't want to shut down. So he got his little cat, he put a little cap on it like a conductor and made him his shop assistant to help him. And everybody came to check out that cat. He generated $1 million because of all the people that came to check out the conductor cat. And there's a special cat in a Japanese museum that wears the conductor hat, and it's exactly the same as the one as you see in the Chinese restaurant. Another story that I found out not to be true recently, or it might be true. Shakespeare did not write all the beautiful things that Shakespeare wrote. It is told that the signature of Shakespeare didn't match the writing in the books. And it looks like it's either Sir Francis Bacon or the 17th Earl of Oxford are the ones that actually wrote the work of Shakespeare, because they traveled and experienced these things. Shakespeare was just a theatre actor. How could he write about things that he never experienced? So did Shakespeare write it? Maybe, maybe not. And we all know Van Gogh. Van Gogh, he sliced his ear off. Well, I got some news for you. Van Gogh was an angry man, very angry, and he always had fits. And he was with his mentor. And his mentor, surprise, surprise, was a skilled swordsman. And one time, Van Gogh went off his tree. And the swordsman, his mentor, walked into the room and found Van Gogh on the ground next to the sword with his ear. Van Gogh quickly ended up putting himself in a mental institution because he's mentally unstable. And he didn't say anything because he wanted to maintain the relationship between him and his master. And his master didn't want to go to jail, so he didn't say anything, and Van Gogh ended up cutting his own ear. And that's the story that we know. Is it true? Maybe. Maybe not. I'll let you decide. And for me personally, I used to drive for 1 hour when I used to work in Mawson Lakes in satellite communication. And I used to enjoy that drive. I'm driving down, sticking my tongue out at people, listening to my podcast or whatever. Loved it. My friend said, after you've been there for a year, you are going to be bored. And what did I do? I believed what he said. And lo and behold, after 1 year, it was boring because I believed that. So the message that I have for you, watch what you believe, because what you believe shapes your life. And if somebody tells you something, it doesn't make it true. You have to decide what is true for you, because really what is true for you. That's why somebody gets a different result than another person because that belief became true for them and they found evidence of it in the world, because it's not the world, it's how you think that shapes your world. Mr. Toastmaster.